Hi, my name is Doon Nguyen. I'm from a company by the name of Beacon for Change Inc. We're a leadership and management consulting company. But my own focus is on speaking and training and facilitation. Still do some management consulting, but really the idea is to help enrich lives through leadership development is my focus. It's an interesting thing because my technology kind of utilization has been a little bit less these days, even though I used to be a bit of a technology geek. When I was a teenager, I was actually paid to program software when I was still learning English, right? So learning English, new to Canada, paid to program software, had a long IT career, international kind of consulting. It really sort of set me to a really good career in IT and whatnot. But in the last number of years, as I sort of shifted to leadership development and really the whole speaking and training, the technology I use are fairly focused these days. So I'll mention some of them, but yeah, so I'm not the technology geek that I used to be. So it's a bit of a, I guess you can call me a bit of a has-been. Sometimes I do corporate training. So in that environment, we certainly use PowerPoint, lots of PowerPoint kind of thing. And a lot of university and colleges book my time as well. So I do several universities on contract. So when they do book my time, they would book it through certainly my Outlook, but I use this thing called eSpeaker as well. So eSpeaker is something that is for professional speakers and entertainers and things like that. So that sort of help manage my calendar externally as well, so people can actually see it as well if they need to, and also it does some marketing for me from speaking and bureaus and things like that. So eSpeaker is one, and so the whole standard PowerPoint and projector. As a speaker, presenter, I would use those kinds of things. If the room is large enough, so the whole audio thing, headset, those kinds of things. But when it comes to software, I'm pretty low-key about software with my speaking work. I think one of the things that I use is certainly Zoom sometimes with our association, the Speakers Association, CAPS, right? Canadian Association of Professional Speakers. We would get on Zoom and sort of collaborate a bit. I see a vision of maybe using that more in the future for my own clients and things like that. So Zoom is something that I'm probably going to make more use of. Dropbox is another one. I can't count on my laptop surviving the trip and every trip and whatnot with, I do back it up on USB, but what happened is every time I go on a trip or for whatever presentation or training, all my content is on Dropbox for that period of time as well, so that if for whatever reason my bag got missing or whatever, I still can get that quickly. So right now I'm on a BlackBerry. I used to have about 12 employees in the company, senior management consultants, and we used to be run on BlackBerry platform, right? And even though at one time the whole enterprise server, BlackBerry server thing sort of got discontinued, we literally just do normal kind of IMAP or whatever. I still held on to BlackBerry because one of my employees says, I love the BlackBerry. And so when he loves the BlackBerry, I said, okay, I should have him. So as a result, with my kids and wife and everybody has these nice iPhones, I'm still on the BlackBerry. That's probably why I'm not too much in, but I have made a decision that in the new year I'll get myself one of those, probably the latest one, whatever it is, and also allows me to do more of the Facebook Live and things like that, more video as you mentioned. So I go to a lot of different places, and one app that I use quite often is just the GPS on there, right? So the map thing right on the BlackBerry, and I set it on the audio thing, and it just tells me where to turn and whatnot. I got to find a way so that from my calendar, it quickly go ahead and pull me up on GPS without me parking and pull up the address. I usually punch the address in the day before or night before, and I'm not driving that night, but it remembers it. So then when I get to my car, I just say my place is the last place, and I'm off to go. In terms of at the desktop, as you know, with the marketing, all the social media, I need to get more into that, but I do spend some time on, LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. I want to bring music into my speaking. So in the future, when you ask me again, what's my tool and technology that I use for my speaking and training, it's going to expand to include, in fact, guitars and guitar amplifiers and things. Because, as you know, some of our speakers in not only Canada, but in the US and abroad, some of them are quite successful at incorporating music, live music, that they perform into their keynotes, right? So that motto is not unproven. The question is, how do I go about doing it myself? And so, in the last few years, as we return to playing music, I've been able to really hone my, kind of craft there, and so those two worlds are going to merge soon, and soon might very well be 2018. I might actually have some examples of that. So in terms of technology, I think, again, every so often you need to review your technology, and I think this is the time for me to do it. It's been a while that I've sort of settled on a fairly kind of simplistic, my laptop, all the various sort of devices, iPad and whatever, and then just some very basic stuff to help organize and market my speaking and training and whatnot. But I think, the whole concept about some of the apps that could really help me do better at my work, I should probably look at it. And so the idea is, I think over the holidays here, I'll probably do a review and see what else I could incorporate.